Good morning. You find me at Huddersfield Station on a very, very, very cold January day. So in early 2024, I made a video titled "This Station Closes This Year," in which we go to a station called Cottingley that was meant to close in 2024. But in case you were unaware, it is 2025 now and Cottingley still exists. Not only that, but it seems that another station on the Leeds to Huddersfield line also wanted a little bit of closure recognition. Ravensthorpe Station. So I suppose as a sort of sequel to that video, I suppose we can go to Ravensthorpe now. And yeah, so I'm going to catch we're going to get Transpennine to Dewsbury and then have to turn around because, yeah, the next train out of here doesn't actually call at Ravensthorpe. So, I wasn't supposed to be here at this time. I was actually supposed to be here at Huddersfield about half an hour earlier, but to get here I was, I had the great misfortune of being held behind my connecting train because we were delayed. So I only get half an hour at Ravensthorpe instead of 1 hour like I was supposed to, but whatever, I can make it work. This is actually a surprisingly empty service. When I thought it was a 3-car, I was like, oh god, because 3-car TP is usually quite busy, but no, I'm fine. Plenty of seats available. Right, Dewsbury, got to turn around quickly. Look at that, I even made it to the platform in time for the TP going the other way to Manchester. That's not the one I need, but that's funny. Now, on the other hand, the service I do need is the 12:33 to Wigan Woolgate. Now, because normally Ravensthorpe gets bound and hourly service, you know, it's the Leeds to Huddersfield ones, but there's a couple of trains a day from Northern, like the Wigan Woolgate to Leeds services that call there too. So this was quite luckily timed. So yeah, we'll be getting that to Ravensthorpe instead. Okay, here's our chariot to Ravensthorpe. We should get there in like 3 minutes or something. We are... There you go. Yeah, we're running a couple minutes late, so it's more like 20 minutes I have there now, but you know, still. 20 minutes is still too long to spend in Ravensthorpe anyway. Wow. Lots of work's going on down here, sheesh. All right, perfect. Just what I needed to be blinded by the sun. So, yes, here we are at Ravensthorpe Station. The station was opened in 1890 and currently there are plans to close it by the end of 2025. So in present day, this current station is situated slightly east of a junction, but there are only platforms on this side of it, on the line that heads towards Leeds. Trains on the track here, the other side of the junction, don't stop here, there are no platforms, so they just pass fast straight through. And essentially what's happening right now is, as part of the Transpennine route upgrade that's currently ongoing, there are plans to close the current Ravensthorpe station and then rebuild it about 3 years later, in summer 2028. Unfortunately, the only real way that this can be accomplished, obviously, is by closure of Ravensthorpe, demolition, and then rebuilding. As you can see here, there are multiple notices sort of strewn about the station, and not just here at Ravensthorpe, there are notices in several other stations in the near area. But it's the notice from the Department of Transport giving people notice that there are plans to close the station on or after the 28th of September 2025, and it allows for like public consultations and stuff, you know, so that you can let your opinion be heard. It's all part of the legal process for closing stations, because closing stations is surprisingly lengthy and costly in this country. It's why there's a lot of stations with like once-a-day services, so that they, you know, don't have to be closed, and, you know, because they are served by train, so they have to be kept open. It's that whole sort of thing that goes on. Here's a little notice board showing what will happen with the Transpennine route upgrade here. So essentially what's happening is that there's a plan to shift the current station about 200 metres west, so that it lies before the junction, and so Ravensthorpe can become a full proper junction station. There's also going to be a new flyover built here, and yeah, it all seems quite cool, to be honest. So September 28th, 2025, that's the date you want to be keeping in mind for now. I mean, the boards say on or after September 28th, so not necessarily confirmed, but that's the date you should have in your head to get here by as your deadline, if you want to get the station before it closes. So there you have it, the imminent closure of Ravensthorpe. Although it's not like a proper closure in the sense that it will never have a station again, it's more like there'll be a few years where it doesn't have a station, because it's all getting rebuilt and stuff, but they can't, like, I don't know exactly why they can't, like, build that and then demolish this. It's all a bit confusing. There's probably a really good reason for it, but you know, I'm no civil engineer, I have no idea. So I suppose time will tell to see if Ravensthorpe actually closes in the year that they say it will. You know a station that didn't do that? Cottingley, which also happens to be a couple of stations up from here. And there's a train going to it in about 5 minutes. Shall we go back to Cottingley? Something that I did not think I would ever be able to do. Cool, well, it appears I'm now inside a entirely empty carriage. That's cool. I was actually going to film the train pulling in. Like, I set the camera down on the floor, pointed at the platform, get a nice shot from low down, and then I forgot to press the record button. Side note, this Huddersfield to Leeds service is pretty unique now. This must have been a timetable change quite recently, where, like, Leeds to Huddersfield, it's sort of every hour, but alternating Northern and TPE. Like, they run the exact same service, calling it the exact same stations, just each hour they alternate between being Northern and being Transpennine. I can't think of another example of that, really. That's pretty cool. At any minute now, we should be passing by White Rose, or what is supposed to be White Rose, eventually. Anyway, here's Cottingley. We're pulling in. The winter sun is so annoying. It's so bright when it's in your face, and then, ugh, whatever. So here I am now at Cottingley Station, again. So last year I made a video titled "This Station Closes This Year," where I was saying that this station was supposed to close in early 2024. I'm now currently here in 2025, and the station is still open. So what the hell happened here? So what was supposed to happen was that Cottingley was supposed to be replaced by a new station known as White Rose, about 500 metres south from here. The closure was primarily attributed to them being really close to each other. White Rose station was originally meant to open in 2023, but had a few delays, delaying it to what looked like it was going to be early 2024, and it was on track to do so until a sudden increase in costs happened, pausing construction of the station entirely. And still right now, a year later, construction hasn't really resumed at all. So it's all kind of weirdly in limbo at the moment. Not a hell of a lot seems to have really changed about this place since I was last here. Not that they'd really do much given that it's opening again soon. Although, there are a few electrification masts here now. No wires, just the masts, but I don't remember those being here last time, so Transpennine route upgrades is underway still. Now, I do believe that there are some rumours that White Rose construction could be resumed in early 2025, although I don't have any official backing for this, only word of mouth, so I can't confirm that, but if it does, then Cottingley will probably close in 2025 as well as Ravensthorpe, but I have no idea. It's all very up in the air. But still, yeah, you should come to Cottingley while you still have the chance, because it might not be around for much longer, I say might because, you know, I said with full confidence it was going to close last year and then it didn't, so I don't know. It's just clocked to me now that the service patterns here have actually changed quite significantly. Last time we were here, a year ago, it was mainly the Manchester Piccadilly to Hull Transpennine services that called here, but now it seems to be the Leeds to Huddersfield services. So there you have Cottingley Station, the station that did not close last year after all. I lied. Sorry. But then yeah, you also have Ravensthorpe Station, which hopefully should be closing this year as well, if all goes to plan. And yeah, so thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment and subscribe. I will find my way out of here somehow on some train. And yeah, see you next time. Goodbye. And of course a huge shout out to all my patrons and channel members listed on screen now, and a warm welcome to my new standard premium member, Thomas Franzen. Thank you for supporting the channel.